Hello guys and welcome to my new channel Software Mentor. My name is Afsab Chandiwala and I am a Java full stack developer. So let us discuss our first lecture introduction. Okay. So let us assume we have a computer. Okay. We have a computer. Okay. Here there is a backend thing. And here there is one database. So sorry for my handwriting, or you can say drawing. It's very bad. So this will be our front end part. This will be our back end part, and this will be our database. Okay. So first, the user will request something to the backend, that is request. The user will request something from front end to backend. Maybe it may be about the description of product or adding the product to cart. Whatever the user will put the input, they will request it to backend server. Okay. So this request will be in the form of HTTPS. I hope you guys must be knowing what is HTTPS. It is hypertext transfer protocol. Okay. I hope you have seen this HTTPS somewhere in the internet server. I'll show you once. You can see this HTTPS. Okay. HTTPS semicolon HTTPS colon to forward slash, and then we write www.amazon.in. So what is this www.amazon.in? It is known as DNS, domain name system. Whatever the thing which we have seen in www.amazon.in, the whole syntax may be called as, the whole address may be called as, not syntax, it is an address, and we can call it as path address. So that address is known as, comes under domain name system. So whatever we have seen here, the HTTPS request, we are requesting the client is requesting from the server. Then we came to know about this www.amazon.in. It is known as domain name system. So the greatest example of this is when we log in. Okay, there's a login page. There is a login ID, there is a password, and there is a submit button. Okay, this is ID, this is password, this is submit button. Okay, when we put some ID, for example A, B, C, and gmail.com. Okay, so we'll get something called as, and then we put some password which is correct, okay, and the email address is wrong and the password is correct, okay. When you click on submit button, it displays some message that the user ID or the password is not correct, okay. So when we request to log in, the backend goes to database, it checks that this login ID and password is there in database, it is saved in database, and if the login and ID and password is saved in database and if it matches with the user input, it will allow us to log in. And if one of that email or password doesn't match with the email ID and password in the database, it will respond us with something we call as an error message or an error code. So basically, what is server? So basically in the backend we use some software, and that software is used to communicate between server. That software is used to communicate with the server. So there is a thing called IP address, that is Internet Protocol Address. So the DNS system and internet protocols is interconnected. It is a path that is used by software and hardware to connect to the server to the client request, and the response is sent to the backend, and backend will send to the front end, and will be able to log in with the ID and password if it matches with the login ID and password in the database. Okay. So let's not create a complicated thing. So let's just keep in mind that front end, a client request, is sent to the database, and backend acts as a middleware between front end and database. Okay, just keep it simple and understandable, because I also learned all these things and I was not able to cope up with the technical language, or what we can say hard language, not understandable language. So let's keep us simple and clear. Okay, so please follow me, subscribe me, like me, and press the bell icon.